Hey guys, Luke from DLM here, and today we're going to be looking at every single thing the Empress of Light drops. So first of all, one of these 4 weapons will always drop, and then you have these 3 which might drop alongside that, and finally you have the Terraprism. Sorry, the Terraprism, which will always drop if you manage to kill the boss at night, or at day. So the first weapon we have is the Eventide. And the special thing about this is if you use wooden arrows, it will turn them all into shards of light that do extra damage. Now these arrows pierce indefinitely, and they do really good damage and move very fast. I honestly think this is probably the best, it is the best bow in the game, in my opinion. It does a lot of damage to a lot of bosses. I'm fighting against the Destroyer in these clips, and you do have to keep in mind that this boss is from far after the Destroyer. Next we have the Starlight. Now the Starlight is probably the fastest hitting weapon in the game. Now it's taken over the fatigued Bighardas. I don't know how they're pronounced, but this is a ridiculously fast hitting weapon that is very cool. Next we have the Kaleidoscope, which is a pretty, average looking whip. It doesn't do anything too special except it has mad damage. So if you don't know these summoner weapons, they attract all the other enemies or all your minions towards these summons, and they make them do an extra 10% damage. It's quite a good weapon, it's just not as interesting as the other ones. Very good weapon. Sorry, it's a very good weapon, it's just not terribly interesting. I sound like a spoiled child, though it's still pretty cool. And the last one here is the Nightglow. So the Nightglow it's a magic weapon that does tracking. It shoots 4 tracking projectiles that go to enemies. It uses a lot of mana, and it just seems a bit arduous to use. It does. Here at a 2% chance is the Stella II, which is a really cool guitar. It does really good damage. It's not a very consistent drop, but it's a pretty cool weapon. It makes really cool music and does splash damage for a decent mana cost, so I think this one's a very cool weapon. Now we have the Terraprism. Now I honestly think the Terraprism is one of the coolest weapons in the game, and I think it might actually be one of the best if you manage to run a summoning class. I think it's far better than the Stardust Dragon and the Stardust Cell Star, even though you can get it earlier. Managing to kill the boss when you can is a bit tricky, but god, this weapon is sick. I'm going to do an extra video specifically on this because I think it's one of the coolest weapons in the game. It's up there with the Zenith in terms of sickness factor. Now we have the Empress Wings. I don't think there's anything too incredibly special about them. They're a little bit worse than the Pillar Wings and a little bit better than the wings before them. Nothing too special to report about this one. And finally, we have the Prismatic die, which is a 25% drop chance. I think this die is very cool, which I don't say about a lot of dies. It kind of runs you through a negative rainbow for all of your equipment and accessories, which you have it equipped on. It's very cool looking, and it makes some really very cool effects, especially with the Stardust Guardian behind me. But I think that's pretty much it for this video. I do have to be a bit quiet because people are sleeping, so sorry about that. But if you did like this video, please leave a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. I will be making more videos in the next 12 to 24 hours after I have a sleep, hey?